Good morning to you once again. You are looking live at an ominous looking shot over the False River, courtesy of Our Lady of the Lake Sky 9. Looking live and feeling okay. You know, this might be one of the little underlining silver linings that we could find over the next few days in case we do start to see power go down, especially tomorrow. If we can keep the clouds, keep the moisture, and keep these temperatures down, actually wouldn't be that bad, because it's still, we're not dealing with that oppressive heat that we had during the summertime. That would at least be a little bit better. There you see that flood watch is in effect for 48 hours. So that's 7 to 7, ending at 7 ending at 7 a.m. as we get to Thursday morning. Meantime, we've got the tropical storm warning in effect for Baton Rouge. Down to the south, Lafayette down to the coast, we've got a hurricane warning. Whether or not that hurricane warning migrates a little bit farther to the north, that remains to be seen right now. My answer to that is no. But it is a good day to get those last-minute preparations involved, because there you see a couple of showers, and we're going to get a few of those showers over the next hour or so in the immediate Baton Rouge area. But as we zoom out, we're not seeing anything too bad, too taxing, and nothing heavy. So again, we're just going to have off and on kind of nuisance showers over the next couple of hours, disconnected from the main area of circulation. And that happened yesterday when this thing started to really intensify, and it developed that center circulation, it developed the eye, and it looked like it was going to develop really quickly, but it's basically leveled off, encountering a little bit more in the way of dry, stable air. So when does the really bad weather get here? That's the million-dollar question. Not so much today. Again, off and on showers throughout. Sometimes they might move at a heavier clip. That'll be about it. But even this evening, the graph still has things relatively quiet. So it looks like as we get into the morning hours tomorrow, especially mid-morning, we'll freeze it right here. This is 10 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. You start to see the heavier rain come into the picture. And now some of the models are moving this storm, pushing it a little bit more, rather than directly up to the north, more towards the northeast. That would obviously be bad news for New Orleans, because it would put them a little bit closer to the focal point, puts them on the dirty side, the east side of the storm, and closer to the eye wall. So remember, on these Gulf storms, they can shift a little bit back and forth to the east and west right up to the last minute. So we're going to keep a watchful eye on that. But here you see, this is Wednesday evening, and look at how the system really starts to pull more to the east, and the heavy rain focal point is now looking more towards Slidell and the New Orleans area. But again, that could definitely change, and it gets out of here so fast. Matter of fact, pre-dawn hours on Thursday, that model showed it actually getting out of here around midnight on Thursday. It's really going to happen that quickly. Now, that should be good news, but it's still not going to stop our area from getting inundated with a general 4 to 7 inches, which, by the way, is what we're still forecasting. So the flood outlook for today, obviously not bad. It's a level 1. That's pretty standard for us, no big deal. But then tomorrow we ramp that up to a level 3 moderate risk for the possibility of flooding and heavy rain. Now, I mentioned the dirty side of the storm. Sometimes we get a little bit of tornadic activity on that east side. That's the reason why. Notice how it doesn't quite make it out to Lafayette, but the farther east you go, that might be a slightly better threat there. I would say that tornadoes right now are more of a secondary threat rather than a primary threat. Still sustained at 65 miles per hour. Minimum pressure holding steady at 990. That's usually indicative of a strong tropical storm, weak Category 1. Now, as I mentioned before, we can pretty much guarantee the Category 1. What we can't guarantee is this right here, Category 2. Some of the models actually have it weakening right before it makes its way inland. Of course, that would be a good thing. Hopefully that will be the case. Otherwise, the storm surge in the south central part of the Louisiana coast looking anywhere between 5 to 10 feet, 10 probably at the worst. Again, still not too late to knock out those last minute preps. Check inventory in your hurricane supply, check your batteries. You should have an elongated supply of not only necessary toiletries, but also all the medicines that you may need as well. 84 for the high today with a 60% chance. More details on this and the extended forecast coming up.